In this video, I want to break down the secret to working less and earning more. No, really. Right, Rocky? Right? I don't know if you guys can see Rocky. He's here in the office today. Remember when you first started your business, the excitement of customizing every single project, the thrill of tackling new challenges with each and every client? Yeah, about that. If you're like most agency owners that I talk to, that excitement has probably morphed into exhaustion. You're constantly reinventing the wheel, juggling unique, multifaceted proposals, feeling like you're always starting from scratch. If that sounds familiar, listen in. Here's the hard truth. The custom everything approach might actually be holding you back. I know. You're probably thinking, but my clients need custom solutions. They probably don't, at least not as much as you think. This is why we work with our clients to actually productize their services and their expertise. Before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Productizing is not about boxing yourself in or limiting your creativity. Our creative service clients always get their underwear in a bunch when we talk about this, but it's about working smarter, not harder. And I know that sounds cliche, but here's what I want to do. I want to talk about why productizing your services might actually be a smart move for your business, and at least why it's been that way for us and now 700 clients that we've served. Number one, efficiency is your best friend. Imagine not having to rethink every single engagement, but instead you have a tried and true process that delivers 90% of what most of your clients need. That's not just efficient, it's actually sanity saving. Now, for us, when we had our agency, we realized that 90% of our clients were coming to us for webinar funnels. At the time, either a weekly live webinar was popular and or taking that webinar evergreen. Actually, it was a decade ago, so it's been a long time ago. One of our clients was John Lee Dumas, and he made weekly webinars super popular. Every time we had a client come to us that wanted a marketing funnel or a sales funnel, it really meant they wanted to do either a live weekly webinar or run an automated webinar. We basically had two packages, the live webinar package or the automated webinar package. And once we did that, we were able to serve 90% of the people that were coming to us in a very efficient way. We knew how to deliver that in less than 7 business days. We were able to charge a lot for it because it generated our clients a lot of money. And we were able to create a systematic process for delivering it that allowed us to really have a lot of leverage inside of that delivery, meaning it didn't take us a lot of work to output what each client needed because again, 90% of it was the same depending upon which package they bought. Number 2 is consistent pricing equals less stress. No more agonizing over every single proposal. In fact, you might not even need proposals. No more wondering if you're undercharging. You get to set your prices, you get to stick to them, and you get to focus on delivering value. Now for us, pricing was fairly simple. Having delivered this a dozen or so times, both the live webinar funnel package and the evergreen webinar funnel package, we had an idea of how long it would take, the value that it brought to each and every client. And so we set fixed prices for each of those. We started at $15K, and at its peak, we were charging $25K for delivering one of those packages. Now, number 3 is data becomes your superpower. What I mean by this is when your engagements are similar, when each of those projects are similar, you actually collect meaningful data. This isn't just great for improving your services, it actually can become intellectual property that you can monetize down the line. So like I said, you deliver and build dozens and dozens and dozens of live webinar funnels and dozens of evergreen webinar funnels. You start to figure out what works. How many emails need to be in the pre-email show up? How many follow-up emails? How should you segment? What types of offers work better? Because we were behind the scenes. We were building these funnels for dozens and dozens of influencers that were doing millions of dollars in revenue each and every year. And we were able to say, hey, look, I know you want to do this. Here are some strategic recommendations on how to make this webinar perform and hit a lot of your goals. We were able to bring that data as an experienced partner to the table to make sure that our clients got exactly what they needed because we got to see it all behind the scenes. Back to that intellectual property piece. Like I said, down the line, you can actually start to monetize that intellectual property. Again, we had delivered these dozens and dozens and dozens of times, and we're able to basically codify, systemize this process and say, hey, these are the templates of the top performing emails that we've ever created. This is the email sequences. This is the timing. Here's the automation. All of that was pre-built. We went on later to sell it in 2 other ways. Not only did we have the done for you service where we would do it and build it for them, but we created a group implementation program where we gave people a lot of the templates and we guided them through the setup. We provided weekly calls for support. We guided them on how to modify the messaging and coach them and critiqued a lot of the copy. help them figure out how to do the landing pages by giving them templates, because we had built it so many times that we had a lot of these assets lying around that we were able to package and deliver to a whole subset of our ideal client profile that couldn't afford the $15,000 or $25,000, but could afford $8,000, and they would be willing to do it themselves. So we had a done with you delivery model that was like a cohort-based implementation program, delivering the exact same outcome as that done for you webinar service. Then we had some people that are like, hey, I'm really talented with this automation tool. Can you just sell me the templates? So we were able to package those up and sell off the pre-built automations that used to be way more popular. Now people give out snapshots and go high level and things like that. And some people still actually sell that stuff, but you can just port those into other people's apps, and that is valuable. Now that webinar funnel, having delivered it hundreds of times, we're able to sell it as a done for you service, as a group implementation program over the course of 8 weeks, and a do it yourself, here are the templates, go do it on your own. That's what I'm talking about. Down the line, once you specialize and use this data to realize that you have a lot of expertise available behind the services that you offer, you can package that up and monetize that down the line. Number 4 is you become the expert, not the order taker. When you have a clear productized offering, you're not just reacting to clients' whims. You're actually guiding them down a path that you already know works. That's what real expertise looks like. Now, I get it. The idea of standardizing your service might feel a little scary right now. You might worry about missing out on opportunities or losing your creative edge. But here's the thing. You don't have to go all in on this overnight. Start with one service. Look at the data that you have. What are most of your clients requesting from you? That's the service you should start with. Maybe it's your initial diagnostic or your roadmap. That could be a starting point. I don't think it's the long-term solution, and I have other videos on that. If your diagnostic or roadmap always is implementing or often implementing one specific thing, that could be the thing. So productize that and watch how it transforms your business. Many of our clients have a way that they do things so that they help their client install that way or that system or that process into their business. Remember, the goal isn't to limit yourself. It's to free yourself up to do your best work, to serve more clients. And yes, obviously to make more money while working less. Isn't that why you started the agency in the first place? Once you've found which one of those services that you're going to start with first, like I said, the best place to start is picking one thing to productize and start selling that. Now, that doesn't mean you need to stop serving legacy clients, but you probably know that there's a few legacy clients that are holding you back from growth. So once you have this new offer set up and you're ready to start selling it, I want you to check out this video and download the client replacement planner, because it's going to help you put together a transition plan to get rid of those legacy clients and replace them with clients selling your new productized offer. Leave a question in the comments. Hope to see you there, and or go check out that video.